Morning, Ben here, waterfall guy. Today we're hiking into the Terrence Bay wilderness area. So the Terrence Bay wilderness area is quite large. You can get in easily from the Lower Prospect Way, which is where I'm at, or you can go towards Crystal Crescent Beach and you can access it that way as well. I remember hiking here about 10 years ago. I was interested to see some falls that are located just by the Quarry Lake, and didn't know this area really well. Decided to come in the winter because there's lots of lakes, and them being all frozen, I just figured it'd be easy to just go with those lakes instead of bushwhacking. As you can see, this is a classic kind of a barren area where if there's no path, it's super not fun. You'll have shrubs up to, your chest, and there'll be a lot of cursing probably. So all those years ago, I started on these frozen lakes and got onto the barrens and to the wilderness area. Then I figured out that this wilderness area was crisscrossed by a lot of ATV trails and also footpaths. Well, it turned out to be that most of the footpaths are going for these really cool bouldering areas, which I didn't know about. And so I didn't need to bushwhack at all. Didn't need to use those frozen lakes. But again, once you set out and you're not sure where you're going, then you make mistakes like that. As you can see, this area is great for hiking. Once you find the pass, it's very open. You can see far away in the distance, lots of rocky outcrops, lots of erratics. And to me, the guy, that bushwhacks 80% of the time, it's just a real treat to be able to really go fast and get to where I want to go quickly. Today the first place I'm going to show you is the Quarry Lake Brook Falls. These are quite beautiful. They're not the tallest around, but it's a series of falls, and if you would calculate the whole drop, it actually ends up being quite tall for being in HRM. And what's really unique about these falls is that there's these rock outcrops on either sides, and there's one big rock in particular. It's as big as a house, and you can actually crawl right under, and there's some little falls that are created under the rock. These words probably don't mean anything, but once I show you the images, it all makes sense. If you know where you're going and you don't waste too much time taking pictures and whatnot, you should make it to this Quarry Lake in about 2 kilometers and 30 minutes or so, depending on your hiking speed. And this is the falls now. This is the start of it. And you'll see it's roaring today because we had a lot of rain. And can't wait to see what it looks like below. Well, I've come to Quarry Lake Brook Fall a few times, and I've never seen it like this. Usually you can walk in the rocks and get across the river quite easily. Today is just roaring. Look at this. Wow, I've rarely seen this brook flowing like this. It is just incredible. I wanted to get across today, but I'm not sure I will be able to. But here, just in the back of the falls, whoops. Here, just in the back of the falls, are a lot of large erratic boulders, perfect for bouldering. Some of them. What I try to do when I go exploring for stuff that I know or don't know of is to look around the satellite imagery if I can see something else that, you know, might be worthwhile to see. I hate driving a long time or hiking a long time and just see one thing. I could see this feature here in satellite imagery, and I could see it was a big rocky outcrop, but it had this line right in the middle. And this is why you have to be careful when you're hiking in these barrens and on these rock surfaces. This looks like a really cool little feature. Drops around 25 feet with straight wall on both sides. I'm gonna go in and have a look inside. So I've gone in this feature, and yeah, it's really cool. Like the walls are straight up, lots of cracks for bouldering, whatnot. One of the problems is the wall on this side, kind of facing west right now, is wet. You can see a little bit of ice there building up. Who knows, this feature might be a nice climbing feature as well. Lots of cracks, as you can see here. It's probably already known. I mean, there's a lot of boulders around here, but it was unknown to me, and I like it. I give it 1 thumbs up. So, in summary, Quarry Lake Brook Falls, great little spot near Halifax. Return trip is about 4 kilometers, and for once, if you're following my tracks, I'm not actually getting you to bushwhack anywhere. There's a trail all the way, but it's not signed, so you kind of have to have a GPS or a map to know where you're going. I mean, if you end up on the wrong trail, it's not too bad. Just get somewhere else in the barren, but if you want to get to the fall, you kind of have to know a little bit where you're going. And finally, for my thumbs up scale, I'll give this place about 8 thumbs up out of 10. Great little spot, easy,